unfortunately, in a country like Guyana, big changes happen when the people of the country take to the streets. And when outside forces say this is what will happen. I want anybody to point to me at any point in history where the parliamentary opposition, as a normal opposition, has gotten the government to do anything that the government doesn't want to do. It has always been when people, as we say in Guyana, get ignorant and go on the streets. And then you see the government respond. The last time this PPP government, the times this PPP government has moved, 1997 when Desmond White was able to put thousands of people daily on the streets. It brought the government to the table in the form of the Ordmonstown Accord and the St. Lucia Accord. In 1999, when the public servants took to the streets and withdraw their labor in a massive strike that forced the government to arbitration. Arbitration that went in favor of the workers. The Armstrong-Thomas arbitration. And I can go on and show you it's only when people have taken to the streets.
One thing and one thing only. Paula is saying good night to all. Greetings, Paula. Welcome to the live presentation. Thanks for tuning in. Almost 300 plus persons watching us live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please and thank you. Take a couple of seconds to thumbs up the live and to make sure that you are subscribed to Delta 9 Media.
And that they've threatened the power of this government, that this government has come to the table, has moved to take any position. And insofar as one can criticize the present opposition, the criticism must be even-handed. It must be that they're not using the space, the little space, the tiny space that they have enough. I agree with that. But also that the present opposition has decided not to go on the streets, or they've been forced not to go on the streets. And so therefore history has taught us that. Now, the second thing is when the white people speak. Now, I bet you, I guarantee you, I'm prepared to bet all my political dollars here, not my normal dollars, that now that the ambassadors from the United States and Canada and Britain said it's the opposition leader must be elected, bet you the government is going to move. Bet you the government is going to move. So we are in this situation where this government only responds to two things: external pressure and people's pressure on the streets of Guyana. Unfortunately, whenever we are talking about opposition, we have to include those two things. Because if you exclude those two things and you're thinking that it's a normal situation where you have a normal government and a normal system, you know, in France, the people take to the streets and the government responds, in the United States and so on. No. In our country, it's when the external forces say do this, the government is going to do it. They're going to move to elect the opposition leader. And if they don't, they are going to be reprimanded by the international forces. And so I just want to say that we have to be real sometimes in our analysis. Now, that is not to excuse that given the little space that the opposition has, the opposition could do more. But we do have an opposition, and I have to point this out. Again, one has to deal with what one has. We have as old people would say, a funny opposition now in Guyana. We have an opposition that is divided in two. The same constituency, mainly African Guyanese and Amerindians, native people, indigenous people, mainly. But that constituency divided between two parties. One party that was traditionally the APNU, traditionally the opposition, has now lost the status as senior opposition to the new party win. Now, in such an environment, you cannot automatically or expect those two parties to automatically work together. Now, if the two parties were working together, it makes the opposition work within the limited space easier. But, I mean, we're burying our heads in the sand. If we don't recognize that the manner in which the election played out meant that you have two opposition parties representing the same constituency. One was booted out by the other. The other one comes in and said, well, I am now the opposition. I am now the leading opposition. And to be the leading opposition, I have authority more than you. I get more people than you. I am the opposition. And I supposed to be calling the shots. And the old opposition is saying, I've been around land. You may have kicked my butt in this election, but I got clout still.
Telling you, a back and forth between persons in the opposition, right?
Is certainly a disastrous course. I mean, only today I was listening to Mr. Paul Slow and what's his name? Conway. Yeah. And they were saying, neutralizing the argument of Mr. Anil Nandalal, that because the man is a fugitive, the man has been charged. Well, there is an indictment in America, but he hasn't been convicted yet.
I'm telling you, when will the opposition leader be elected? Who will this opposition leader be? Because we heard from the president that it could be a she or it could be a he. So many things going on. Onika saying a blessed night to everyone. How was your day? Well, I had a great day, Onika. Thanks for asking. I pray that you had a great day as well. And thanks for being a part of this live presentation, Onika. Flash, what's going on? Flash, you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you live right now.
Yes, back again. That same man, I know. No. From the time. That same man from the time.
Yeah.
He contribute to the fall of the coalition. And let you people know all your life that what it is. When someone is telling me look in the memory, and look back, is God said, you and your wife, you and your family, leave and don't look back. You see, people getting mixed up with those words looking back. And remember, when you look back is a good punishment. But when you remember what God said, remember this, with the love that God brought you out of the other bondage.
Yeah.
Vice versa. And talk about it. And you must remember those who do the wrong thing with you, but talk about it too, to save others. Let's take one at a time. Peace, help, put the people back in office, right? Because when Canada, I don't know if it was clean and good with Canada. So when I said him, when he gives Canada the job empty, so when I said I cannot take the job, he said, why? Because he has solidarity. And the Constitution, you cannot sit in Parliament, make law, find the show and be fun. He said, don't worry that. If anybody on your life remember those things over here, look like that, right? Right. He said, don't worry that. Things happen. But on that, when it comes to him, and he ignored the Constitution. That is why he said on that end of do that nonsense. The apostle is more than the thief. Tell gas was a thief, but he was the apostle. He is the one carrying that. But the strategy of what he did.
Yeah.
He keeps that secret away from the other coalition members, and he's supposed to call a meeting.
Yeah.
With David Guyana and other leaders, and look, something has come to my son. You see, I'm talking to my son, what I would have done. And we have to, but I start with now, before it gets worse. But no, to keep that secret at the party. So today, when we come in and sit down, he listens to offering the mindset of justice. You don't have to go to prison and escape from prison to become a fugitive. As long the government is looking for you and put out a warrant for you, you have all right to turn up and represent your name.
Okay.
And Muhammad is not doing that up this day. Why is it? Muhammad is holding the country under punishment. Ransom. Let him go and claim it in. We black people have to stop this nonsense and fight it from Muhammad going inside parliament. Why not? Can you fight both criminals? No, the one criminal is kill the other one, and we will kill the other one. That is how far God is to be forced with the
Insightful.
Parliament, 28 years. Who was with us fighting democracy? Who was with us government to rule the country with democracy and with the Constitution? Nobody. So why we must fight the government away? Let the government overthrow Muhammad. Muhammad, we have 2 guns in the White House. We love to be people scared. Enough kill it's people there. It's supposed to kill people there and kill black people. That is only for our great educated position. I don't like when black man come and represent Muhammad. Muhammad is like an Indian. He's not. And I glad the parliament is why we must keep putting criminal in parliament to work. What kind of message is sent to our young black intelligence and politicians on the state? Anybody could go in parliament for those people, but what about we? Let Muhammad was inside parliament 2020. When the same government lost the coalition out. I remember those days, man.
Fine. Thanks for calling in, Flash, and for sharing these insights with us. No, so thanks for calling in and sharing these powerful insights with us. We're going to continue now to, update ourselves with some of these insights coming in on the live. I want to thank you again for calling in and for sharing those insights with us right here on the live. Very insightful commentary that we get in right there from our brother, Mr. Flash Garden, updating us, giving us the insights. He's saying, listen, some people ain't supposed to be talking because of what they would have done when they had the opportunity to be in the positions of power. But nonetheless, let's hear some of these details coming in from the Honorable Mr. Ramjatan.
Under our Constitution, you are proscribed from being a parliamentarian only if you are convicted felon of some sort. But this man is not. And so although whatever they find distasteful about his behavior, which behavior I understand was in complicity with them years and years ago, I don't understand all of a sudden why they vex with the man, because the man is constitutionally going to be the leader of the opposition. He has the willingness, he has the ability, because he has been sworn in as a parliamentarian.
I'm telling you. So we're hearing right there from the Honorable Mr. Ramjatan. But guess what? Let's hear right now from the Honorable Mr. Muhammad himself.
This is what corruption looks like under the PPP government. This message has to do with rice farmers' recent payout of $2.1 billion Guyana subsidy